Jimmy Livingston was born without an immune system and was given the nickname Bubble Boy by his neighbors because he stays in his bedroom in a sterilized dome. His mother, a strict and pious Christian, only allows him to watch Land of the Lost and Highlights magazine. As a teenager, Jimmy is instantly smitten with Chloe, who moves in next door, and in spite of his mother's disapproval, the two become friends. Jimmy learns that Chloe loves him when she departs for Niagara Falls to marry her lover Mark in 3 days. Desperate to stop the wedding, Chloe creates a mobile bubble suit. Jimmy is taken in by the bright and shiny cult along the journey, but after offending them, they abandon him in the desert. After hearing Jimmy's tale, he strikes up a new friendship with Slim, a biker who speaks warmly of his former partner Wildfire. Along with the cult members, led by Gil, who sees the Round One as their savior, the Livingstons are pursuing Jimmy. In Las Vegas, Jimmy leaves a preoccupied Slim behind and moves on with a scooter he won from a casino. Jimmy runs into his parents while driving, is hit by their car, and is thrown into Dr. Freak's train, which entertains people with freaks in exchange for cash. Jimmy knocks Freak out when he tries to recruit him, allowing the freaks to go their separate ways. They decide to pursue Jimmy and the other parties together. Push Pop, the driver of an Indian ice cream truck, picks Jimmy up. However, they had to continue walking after running over a cow on the road. Jimmy pays Pappy, the cab driver, $500 after winning a mud wrestling match, but the cult members corner him. He disappears during the group's fight with Slim's gang and the freaks. Jimmy calls Chloe from a New York gas station after Pappy seemed to have perished at the wheel, only to be rudely convinced by her fiancé Mark that Chloe doesn't love him. Jimmy is dejected and plans to go back home with his parents, but with encouragement and a window of opportunity from his father Morton, he manages to flee on a plane driven by Pappy's identical brother Pippi. Jimmy makes it out of the fall alive and makes it to the church in time to stop the wedding as Pippi passes out over Niagara Falls. He drops his bubble suit and gives Chloe a hug and kiss before passing out. Mrs. Livingston acknowledges, at Morton's insistence, that he has had an immune system since he was 4 years old and has been healthy ever since. It was only because she was so protective that she had kept him apart. All the people Jimmy met on his adventure are there at his and Chloe's marriage. Acknowledgement like the previous Wildfire, Mrs. Livingston embraces her defiant side once more and is ready to go off with Slim and Morton on his bike. As Jimmy and Chloe ride off to start their honeymoon, they find Pippi and Pappy, who have just passed away from sleep,